Here is K2EFG facing the Fire Island Bay towards Long Island, and I'm here going to build an antenna, or at least a pole, from natural resources. This pole here, this big old pole here, is going to be my pole for End Fed antenna that I'm going to operate on this weekend. And as you can see, this is Fire Island. All is quiet and serene. The American flag right here, and here comes the hourly ferry, which is operating very high frequency during the summer. And I'm going to build the antenna right behind me here and try to operate, see what happens. Here is the End Fed antenna connected to the end of the bamboo that I've cut. It's probably about 10 feet tall, and I'm going to elevate it in additional. And here is the End Fed side of the Ultimax 100 getting just put here for now. And as you can see, the cable runs more or less the length of the bamboo, and I'm going to elevate it by about 3 feet above ground right here in this corner of the building. It's going to face hopefully into 3 directions except the direction of the house, which is south west, and so I will have hopefully quite a bit of exposure in basically 360 degrees at some heights. This tunes to 20, 40, and also 10 or 15 meters. I'll probably operate on 10 and 20 meters, see what I can get. So let's raise it and see what we can get. Okay, here's the raised antenna. It is a good 10 feet above ground, and the End Fed is all the way in the end there. It's connected, and I've secured it to the building with some stress relief. Right now I'm hoping that this will suffice. I'm going to see how this wind puts pressure on that. Right now the end antenna, the feeding point, is on the ground. I'm probably going to put it on top of this area here right by the towel, but I'm going to try to get additional efficiency out of it by taking a second bamboo, a shorter one, and putting it against this pole here and connecting it this way so it can be a little bit higher on the ground. This gives me about 4 to 6 feet above the building, and that will hopefully give me 360 degrees, if not at least 270 degrees. You can see that it didn't chop off the leaves of the bamboo. I just want to keep it there for effect. We are on vacation after all, and aesthetics do have a significance. So I'm going to operate this in a few hours. I wanted to take these videos while it's light. It's about 4 p.m. Eastern now, and the gray line is probably another 3 hours or so, so I'm going to do it then. You can see that I'm more or less in line with the cell cone towers that are the local towers for the island, so hopefully I won't cause any interference. Here is a K2EFG 7. So here's the Ultimax. It's now mounted, and here's the cable going up to the bamboo. Hopefully I will get some connections. I'm letting the wire be a little loose, as you can see. I'm not letting it have stress, so it can go sway hither and yon in the wind. It's about 45 or so degrees in relationship to the balcony. I will see how it works in relationship to the earth itself and what kind of reception I'm going to get. Since this is an End Fed antenna, I will have to be careful with that and see if I am going to have a good SWR and good performance. So this is K2EFG on Fire Island, operating with the Ultimax 100. So here's the station. As you can see, I've secured the antenna here, and then I had a little excess, so I created a little balloon here. And actually I had another excess on the tuna side, so I created another little balloon here. And then I saw this this here water source, and I thought, oh my, this will be a perfect opportunity to ground it. How might I ground? And look what I found. This was in my bag of junk cables, and I realized this can be a great grounding. This is an 8-gauge cable. I definitely can reach it, and I'll use it for grounding. So my station is almost ready, and we'll see what we can do once we get that. This is End Fed Ultimax 100 from Fire Island. Well, it works. I made one connection with the maritime network on 14320 meter. This is almost exclusively an MFJ rig here. I have the MFJ 25 watt Mighty Light switching power supply giving me power. I got the MFJ portable tuner, and I got an MFJ earphones. I need those because my party, who's with me on vacation, will not have of this ham radio stuff. Observe that I also grounded the station, and I had to reset the power because without a ground, the MFJ amp will not, the MFJ power supply will not work. Here it is. I spoke to Florida. This is probably 1,000 to 2,000, no, 1,500 miles or so. Cannot be more. Had an okay propagation given the fact that it's 5 p.m. Eastern. Really not a good time on 20 meter, but I did get in, and he could hear me fine as soon as he tuned to me. And we'll see how the evening goes. Here's K2EFG with Ultimax 100 End Fed antenna in Fire Island, New York. Here it is. Here's the Ultimax from a different angle. Hopefully you can see it in the video. Here is the End Fed going all the way up for about 4, 5, 6 feet above the building, and it's made out of local material. The bamboo is secured at the bottom here. So far it seems to be okay with the wind. We'll see what happens. Everything's secure, so we'll see what happens. Here is K2EFG 2 days later. I have my station here. I started to use operating portable, so I'm connected the A123 battery. I bought this one at Buddy Pole, and here's my tuner here, and I have to put on earphones because I'm on family vacation and got to keep the family peace. Here is the End Fed antenna. It is on a bamboo which I've kept on adjusting. This is going up about 15 feet above ground, or I should say above the porch, which is about another 10 feet above ground. And here is the bamboo and the setup. I'm right on the bay here. The bay is actually facing east, and the antenna is about 4 or 5 feet above the building, so I'm hopefully getting some contact out. This has been a very tough experience. The sunspots are very low. The A index is 4, 5, 6, not good, and I've been having a hard time to get through. However, when I do get through, I make amazing connections, something to the tune of 4,000 to 5,000 miles. The other way of making connection is over there. You may see where the boat is Long Island, and I've been making basically ground wave connections through 5 and 9, but 40 miles away, 5 miles away, whatever. So it's kind of a difficult weekend to perform really good DX, although I did speak, as I said, with Saudi Arabia. We did speak to Bulgaria, to Eastern Russia, and so forth. So here's the End Fed antenna, kind of mounted haphazardly on my vacation here, and that's the setup. This bamboo is going to go in different configuration to try to gain the best directionality. My daughter is no longer, and her friends are no longer here, so you can see the caution tape are all but a flatter in the wind. So I'm going to go back and try to get some breakfast and have a conversation. Please observe also I am fully grounded to the water, and I have moved indoors so I can have better air conditioning and also avoid the Fire Island national bird, which is the mosquito. So here it is, the station, K2EFG station, operating portable out of Fire Island on an End Fed antenna just ahead of the July 4th weekend. K2EFG, put my hat on, K2EFG saying 7-3.